Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we are live now, maybe. Can people see me on stream? I'm looking at the chat here. I should have put slow chat on, but I didn't put slow chat on. We'll see if this actually works. So people can see me and they can hear me. Okay. Hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things. I'm your good friend, Bradley. Wait a minute. I did that wrong. Let me try that again. Hello. Welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend, Bradley. And today is our second ever live stream. It is the Halloween live stream, even though there is probably not going to be anything really that Halloween related. We do have a few spooky stories to maybe talk about. I was thinking of maybe having a couple other Halloween topics. We'll see how that goes. I have some of your questions here, and then, of course, we're going to be answering lots of questions from the chat. And oh my God, I'm already way behind on the chat. So let's start out first. Everyone's saying hello. Let me just read through some of these. We've got Liverpool UFC. Hello, your fan from Saudi Arabia. Very cool. Thank you. Hello. We've got the Smooth Piper. Hey, Bradley. Hey, Peter. Great to see you. George Hazard says woohoo. KDS 471 has to make a Costco run, so he has to head out. That's a shame, but thanks for stopping by. Hello from Catalonia. Cool. We also have Hamoud Al Hamoud. There's another Saudi Arabia piper besides me. Nice. That's very cool. Why are you protesting Turkey? I don't know what that's about. Richard Hene, one of the best YouTubers out there and the best pipe tobacco review channel. Well, thank you so much, Richard. That's very pleasing to hear. Jamie Hastings, hey, from New York. Les Brady, hi, Bradley. Hey, Les. Dan from Eastern Washington, why, hello. Hello to you. We have a Greek name that I can't read. Hey, Bradley, greetings from Cyprus. Hello. We have Ronnie enjoying some Westminster. Very cool, Ronnie. Pacific Okay, this is going to be hard. Remember last time I tried to keep up with the chat as much as I could, but we're going to be going through some things as well. We also, I think, have Super Chat available. And just like all the other Patreon donations and things like that, everything that if anyone does any Super Chat, all of that is going to the drive for the fancy camera. And that, I think, puts your question at the top for me. I'm not sure. We didn't have Super Chat last time, so I don't know exactly how that works. Pacific Coast Piper, hello from the desert of North Central Washington State. Cool. I'm in Washington State. Sorry, I was editing a video and it is done editing now, or rendering. So let me just close that out. Here we go. Wild Will, see ya. Geopipe, hello from New York. We've got, oh Lord. Okay. Oh my God. Hello from Alabama, from Wild Will. I'm missing stuff, but I'm sorry. John Robinson, hello from Central Nebraska. Jason Wilson from Fresno. We've got people from Tennessee, from Argentina, Luxembourg. Man, I love having all these people from all over the world. Steph and Skip Kane from the West Texas town of El Paso, enjoying a little bit of HBS and Cult. Oh boy, we've got a super chat. Okay, this is going to be so hard, gang. Good day from England, from HVS Ken Byron Ventures. I'm listing some Basmatica and Samson and Delilah in 4 minutes, and the only public notice is in this chat. That is so cool. Good to see you on here, Ken. Thank you for that scoop, exclusive scoop. WKRP Piper in Cincinnati says, hey to Steph. Okay, so we have Wild Wills 53 as our first super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity, Wild Wills. Your favorite tea these days? Well, I don't even have a tin of it with me right now because it's such a favorite that I've smoked all of it. But of course, it's still Elizabethan. I still smoke that pretty much all the time. I am enjoying a little bit of... Will this focus? The camera is looking kind of weird, and I guess the lighting is kind of strange, but this is the Carolina Red Flake small batch from Cornell and Deal. Enjoying this quite a bit. Thank you for the question, Wild Will. Jason Hunt, we hear from you all the time. I'm one of your Canuck followers. Idaho. Yeah, now we do know that Super Chat works. Jason Hunt. Steph and Skip Kane. Oh, okay. Yeah. Someone was saying hello to Steph. Hey, Odie. Hi, everyone from Picking and Piping. All right, gang. So we have some things to talk about. I am sort of caught up with chat right now. I will try to get back to it. I will definitely pay attention to the super chats. I didn't hit my timer for one thing, and we're going to try to go for around 40 minutes like we did last time. Oh, man, we've got another super chat from Paul Buckner. Give me one moment here. We're going to get through some of the things that we will talk about. I wanted to give a little update, an interesting story that I've been following because it's local to me. We have the murder hornets invading Washington. I want to read a story about that at one point. I figured that's kind of a spooky Halloween sort of story. And then, of course, we do have your questions. I just found out that Sean Connery died too, so we might talk a little bit about that, maybe some of your favorite Sean Connery movies. And then I think for a Halloween-y type discussion or a topic of discussion, I am going to get into Halloween candy, favorite Halloween candies. But first, we do have a super chat. This is from Paul Buckner, but it looks like he did not ask a question. But Paul, thank you so much for your generosity. I've been talking to Paul on Patreon as well. He's a great guy. And he really likes the Stuff and Things Plays videos and the Adventures of Kevin the Kurt. So that's always nice. We have Richard Hannay, Canadian in England. Next time in BC, we'll pop down to that tobacconist in Bellingham you mentioned. I don't think they're open anymore. I'm not sure which one you mean, but I don't know of any tobacconists left in Bellingham, unfortunately. We've got, have you ever had Fusilier's Ration by Mike F87? I have not. That's one of those that's on the list I keep talking about, but it's a very long list and it'll take a while to get through it. Hi from Ireland, from Katana Nick. We have Dan from Eastern Washington, not the murder hornets. Yes, the murder hornets. I don't know if you have to worry about them in Eastern Washington. They've been showing up in Whatcom County where I live. We have Send Me Some Elizabethan. I don't have any right now. Dusko Stojakovic. Sorry, butchering your name. Halloween like tea is a good theme. Yeah. Are there any good Halloween blends? We can talk about that a little bit. I ran across a documentary about a terrible fire in Bellingham in 1999. Did that affect you and your family? From John Robinson. Is that about the pipeline explosion that happened? That was a thing. And I think I was home for the summer when that happened. I would have been in school then. But yeah, that was a thing. Hi, Bradley from Long Island, New York. Happy Halloween from John. Thank you, John. And then we have from Steph and Skip Kane. Thank you, Skip Kane. Thank you very much for your generosity. A super chat. Happy Halloween, sir. What do you pair with Burley? Do you mean in terms of a blend, like components in a blend, or do you mean like a beverage or something else? Because I really like a Burley with a Virginia. And actually sometimes Burley mixed with like a dark fire as well. So like do dark fire Kentucky, which is technically Burley too, but like a really nice, bold, nutty blend like that with dark fire is really, really good. Richard Hannay. Oh, that's a shame. It was a long time ago. Yeah, and it didn't affect me or anyone I knew, the fire, the pipeline explosion, but it did kill a few people. And it was a thing. I remember actually hearing the explosion and seeing it from far away. Haunted Bookshop, hands down for best Halloween tobacco from PRC. I think that's a pretty good call. Turf Smurf. Hi from Durham, UK. Thank you, Turf Smurf. We always hear from him on, he always submits lots of good questions on Twitter, which I much appreciate. Tony Silva, hello, I'm doing great. Yeah, Ken Byron, Sean Connery dying sucks or shucks. Yes, that is very true. He was 90, I think, so he had a good run. But we've got another super chat from Kyle Whitmore. Thank you very much. What's your favorite Halloween movie? You know, my fiance and I have been trying to watch Halloween films lately, or we're trying to think of things that we could watch. And I love the idea of horror movies, but they rarely ever scare me. And I'm always just trying to find one that is mildly frightening. And it's kind of hard to do. But recently we watched one that I guess isn't really a Halloween movie or even really a horror movie, but it kind of has that vibe. It was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And it's a film from 1962 with Bette Davis and Joan Crawford, who both, they hated each other in real life. And it's a film of basically them in a mansion in Los Angeles with Bette Davis acting like a maniac. And it's quite good. And it's kind of like black comedy, but also horror. It's quite amusing. You should check it out. Jason Hunt, I am shaken and not stirred by the passing of Sir Sean Connery. Happy Halloween from Alabama from Corey. Happy Halloween to you, Corey. Flip Vakuluk. Hello from Czech Republic. I'm very sorry that I'm going to be mispronouncing names here. Favorite Halloween movie, Scary Godmother. I don't know if I've seen that. That's from Pacific Coast Piper. Beverage, Stefan Skip Kane. My favorite beverage to pair with almost any pipe tea would be coffee. And especially with Burley. I think a Burley blend coffee goes really well. I don't usually drink alcohol in general. And so I can't really think of an alcoholic beverage that I would pair with a Burley blend, but coffee goes with anything tobacco related. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Let's see. Murder hornets, or as they are called in Asia, hornets, or they're just called the Asian giant hornet, but I guess it's a better headline to have murder hornets. Tony Silva, have you live streamed before? Been watching for a long time and haven't seen a live stream. We did one, I think it was in July or maybe August. It was a while back, but it was kind of our first little test stream. I'm not a pro at doing this by any means. You can see I'm still not happy with the lighting here. And I've adjusted it, but now that I'm actually streaming, it doesn't look amazing, but I hope you guys will just bear with me with that. Katana Nick, gotta go, please. Movember from Ireland, you are the man. Hey, thanks, Katana Nick, for dropping by. Steph, just be back and participate in the Briar Blues giveaway. Oh, okay, cool. Good luck. John Apuza likes to pair scotch with a Burley blend. Paul Buckner says bourbon and Burley. John Robinson, I love good coffee with my Mixture 965. Yes, that's a very good pairing. Guinness says Dusko oh man, I'm so sorry. Stojakovic. Tersmurf, have you seen Trick or Treat? It's about an evil rock star, brilliant music. I think I saw the was that the one that Red Letter Media had on one of their Best of the Worst episodes? It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it myself. Yeah, it does look a little bright. I lowered the light as far as I could, and then I set my camera settings, but then once I started the live stream, those settings just disappeared, and now I don't know how to get them back. And it's weird because I can't figure out how to preview what my camera is going to show in the live stream without actually being in the live stream. So we're trying to figure this out. Okay. Greek name says go with Lakeland Dark with coffee is great. You just submitted that comment. Could you give me a phonetic reading of your name that a foolish American like myself would be able to read? I don't know much of the Greek alphabet, even though I have Greek tattooed on me. That was something that I heavily researched before I actually... Aha, Marios Michael. Thank you. Thank you very much. So Marios Michael, go with Lakeland Dark with coffee is great. All right, gang. I think I'm kind of caught up with the chat right now. So what I'm going to try to do, we mentioned the murder hornets. And before I even start reading this story, I'm going to show you a picture really quick if this will actually work. This is what we're talking about here, gang. Show up, show up. White balance is not going to show up. That is so annoying. I don't know if you can really see that, but there is basically someone's fingers. The hornet is literally this big in their hand. These are the hornets we're talking about. They're Asian giant hornets. They have been in Canada near the border with Washington, and people are very worried about them moving in to Washington because they have a horrible effect on native honeybee populations. In Asia, the honeybees have figured out, or in Japan specifically, the honeybees have figured out how to defend themselves through, eons of evolution. They will surround a hornet scout, completely covering it in their bodies, and then they will vibrate to create a basically oven sort of situation that heats the hornet up to the point where it dies. Our bees don't know how to do that. Okay, so we're going to try to read this story really quickly. It's interesting, and I thought it was sort of Halloween-y. October 31st, 2020, by Sophie Lewis on CBSnews.com. Scientists eradicated the first ever found Asian giant murder hornet nest in the U.S. this week, shortly after discovering it, but 2 queens managed to evade capture. Until now. On Wednesday, Washington State Department of Agriculture WSDA officials were out to cut down and remove the entire tree that once held the first known Asian giant hornet nest in the U.S. When they cut into the tree to find the nest, scientists discovered 2 hornet queens. They posted a video showing the insects crawling inside vials. By the way, the hornets can actually spit venom at you too, by the way. WSDA said it's unclear whether both are virgin queens or if one is a virgin queen and one is the old queen, which started the nest. Workers from the department had initially used a vacuum on October 24th to capture and kill 85 Asian giant hornets in the nest found in Whatcom County. They captured 13 live hornets for observation and research, and they had actually set out traps and captured a couple hornets and then attached tiny radio transmitters to them so they could follow them back to the nest. That's how seriously they're taking this right now. In a blog post on Friday, WSDA announced that entomologists gathered to split open the log, which had been kept in a walk-in cooler to immobilize any hornets that were still alive. The department also shared new photos of the hornets and their nest. The team pumped more carbon dioxide used in the initial eradication into the tree, then used a circular saw to cut partially through one side of the tree before splitting it open with a wedge and sledgehammer. Scientists worked quickly to collect any remaining Asian giant hornets, many of which were still alive but not flying. WSDA reported both new queens and workers were in the nest, adding that many adult specimens were collected for further research. At least between the time we conducted the eradication last Saturday and now, there were new queens emerging from the nest. Spokesperson Carla Salp said, "There may have also been queens that emerged before we got there. We just don't know at this point." While examining the nest, the team found several larvae in the comb and whitecap cells with developing adults. Additionally, they uncovered the radio tag that led them to the nest in the first place, which appeared to have been chewed off. Scientists said they plan to continue analyzing the contents of the nest over the next several days, as well as actively trying to trap hornets that may still be in the region. There is still time to find another nest this year, WSDA said, adding that citizen scientist trappers in Whatcom, Skagit Island, and San Juan counties are keeping their traps up until at least Thanksgiving. The first Asian giant hornet in Washington state was spotted in November 2019, but it wasn't until July of this year that officials were able to trap one. Several more have since been trapped, all in Whatcom County, using a network of traps set up by both the WSDA staff and hundreds of citizen scientists. I want to be a citizen scientist. The Asian giant hornet, Vespa mandarinia, is the world's largest hornet species. They have large yellow-orange heads, prominent eyes, and are between 1.5 to 2 inches long. They pose a serious threat to honeybee populations, especially in late summer and early fall. Murder hornets can decapitate thousands of bees and destroy hives in a matter of hours, known as their slaughter phase, which would also have a catastrophic effect on the crops that the bees pollinate. So this is a story that's been percolating in Washington since the first one was discovered. And it's very curious to me. It's kind of creepy because obviously we'd already had issues with honeybee populations disappearing in the US for unrelated reasons. I don't think they still understand why that was happening. And now these hornets are trying to evade. They're freakishly large and scary. And it's weird because I work, we have several jobs going right now in Birch Bay and near the Blaine area. And that's right near the Canadian border. And that's where these hornets are showing up. So I just thought that was quite interesting how seriously the Washington State Department of Agriculture is going after these insects and trying to eradicate them. It's creepy. We hopefully can grab them all. I don't know how you can do that, though. I mean, they're being so, I guess, just conscientious and trying to put out traps and have people pay attention. If you go in Birch Bay, you'll see signs with pictures of the hornet, like a giant wanted sign saying, if you see one of these, let us know. So it's kind of crazy. Okay, I'm going to try to catch up with the chat a little bit. Let's see. Guinness, I got that. Hello, Bradley. Scotch on the rocks. Got with Lakeland Dark with coffee is great from, now I've already forgotten. Marios. Damn it. Yes. Okay. And then we've got Guinness. Yes, Marios. Okay, thank you. Okay, they spit venom as well. Yes, they do. Let's see. Wouldn't it be cool for the hornet? Won't it be too cool for the hornet soon? I don't know that they would actually die here. I don't know if they hibernate in their nests, but apparently they can survive the winter because the first ones were seen right before the cold weather kicked in, and there are still some left. So let's see. Jesus was watching you in like 2015. Mad to see you now. Okay. From Gordon Gladstone, this Pipe Life member in Northern New Jersey. Good to see you, Gordon. We've heard from you on comments before. Neighborhood Man 323. I wish I could stay the whole stream. I've got to go soon. Keep up the good work, Brad. Thank you. Losing their crap over killer bees in the 70s. Yeah, I remember people talking about, this is when I was a kid, like in the 90s, talking about African killer bees and stuff, but they never made it up here. Let's see. How do you get tea by mail? I want to order, but I'm in the middle of nowhere. As long as you don't live in Washington State, you should be able to order from most places and just have it delivered USPS, tobaccopipes.com, stuff like that, or smokingpipes.com. Chad Curtis, man, I hope they stop him before winter. Me too. There is a blue moon today. Don't forget to pay homage from a satyr. Tyler Brubaker. Hey, Tyler, just came on the stream to hear about Hornets. Oh, yeah, this is Stuff and Things. Yeah, I think that qualifies as Stuff and or Things, Tyler. Tersmurf, have you ever thought of getting an air filter so you can enjoy a pipe in your apartment? Yeah, I tried that. I don't know. It was several years ago. I mean, technically, you're not supposed to. You'd be violating your lease if you did that. But I tried that several years ago, and it kind of worked, kind of didn't work. Let's see. Do you not like your Eldritch custom pipe you got? No, I still like that, and I still use it occasionally, but it's something that it's long. So it's not something that I can typically pack away in my little pipe pouch that I use. It's like too long for this thing. So it's something that I would normally have when I'm at home, but I don't really smoke when I'm at home. So it's kind of tough. Chris Coffee. Hi, Bradley. Sorry I'm late. No problem. Satyr, I do use it sometimes. I just don't typically carry it with me when I go to record because, like I said, it doesn't fit in my pipe bag. Pedro Tavares Silva. Cheers from Brazil. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Okay, gang. So Sean Connery died. That sucks. He was 90 years old. I had read an article about him, I think it was just a few months back, talking about how he lives a fairly secluded life now, doesn't really see anybody, but somebody had seen him out on a golf course near where he lives. I think it was this very private, exclusive real estate development. But I'm just curious. Hey, Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. Hey there, Bradley. Hello. I'm curious to know, what is your favorite Sean Connery movie ever? And that could range from the James Bond films or maybe some of his more recent movies. I haven't seen, I'm trying to think myself of favorite Sean Connery movies. Obviously, I've seen, I think, most of the James Bond movies that he was in. He had some really amusing performances that I found just kind of ridiculous. Like, what was the film with Catherine Zeta-Jones? I think it was Entrapment. And there's the famous line where they have this whole scene where the entire point of the scene is to show Catherine Zeta-Jones' butt as she's like trying to maneuver through these pieces of yarn that Sean Connery has set up to look as though they're lasers because they're trying to plan this heist or something. And so it's like the camera is lovingly following her backside as she's worming her way through these things. But then she like accidentally touches one or something, and Sean Connery is like, "Those are lasers." Like, that's his line that I just found so amusing. Oh yeah, The Rock from Nick Snacks. That's a fantastic movie in a really ridiculous way. I mean, it's a joke, but it's quite entertaining. Oh yeah, Hunt for Red October from Wild Will. Ocean's 13. I never saw Ocean's 13, actually. Oh yeah, Indiana Jones from James R. It was The Last Crusade. I loved that as a kid. I don't know if I think it holds up as much now, but it's still quite enjoyable. Yes, Sir Sean Connery, I should be saying. Hunt for Red October, Marnie. I've never actually seen Marnie, but I've heard that's quite good. The Rock, Untouchables. Yes. If they come at you with a knife. I'm not going to try to do my... I don't have a Sean Connery impression, but The Rock, Highlander. Oh, yeah. He was in the original cheesy Highlander. Hunt for Red October is still a classic. I love that. Long time lad. How you getting on? From Gray Morning. I'm doing great. How are you? The Avengers. Oh, was that... There was like the Avengers based on the television series, The Avengers. The Longest Day with John Wayne. I'd never even heard of that. Oh, In the Name of the Rose. That is a fantastic movie that I haven't seen in forever. I think, what's his name? The very large man who has heavy brow ridges. He is an actor called, it's going to drive me crazy. He was in Quest for Fire. I think you know who I'm talking about, but that was an interesting performance there. Thunderball, we start getting into James Bond stuff, which is always entertaining no matter what. Dragonheart, Goldfinger. Suskai Hardtech, where are you from? If you mean me, I am currently in Bellingham, Washington. It's in the Pacific Northwestern part of Washington and the U.S. Gray Morning, hey, not too bad. Was following you back in the day. Crazy to see you now. Great. Thanks for stopping back in. Hopefully you'll keep watching. The Man Who Would Be King. I haven't seen that either, and I've never seen Time Bandits. Isn't that a Terry Gilliam movie? I've heard it's good, but I've never actually seen it. Les Brady, actually, your impression is quite good. It's not, but thank you. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I've never seen. Are you thinking of the actor Michael Berryman? No, I'm going to think of his name eventually. I could actually like stop and look it up, but that would be kind of annoying, I guess. Yeah, Indiana Jones Sr., of course, the Junior. Like, he's quite amusing in that film. Ron Perlman. Oh, yeah, Ron Perlman. That's who I'm talking about. Exactly. Thank you very much. Aaron Van Pett and Matt R. both gave me Ron Perlman there. Suskai Hardtech. I watch your videos. Thank you. Pacific Coast Piper. I liked League. I especially liked the actor who played Nemo. The only Nemo I know of is George Mason from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, where, if you insist on acting like a prisoner, I shall have to treat you like one. The Molly Maguires was a great Connery flick, black and white, and he's the bad guy. Wasn't the first movie he was ever in Darby O'Gillis or Gills and the Little People? Wasn't it like a Disney movie or something? Our talisman, sorry I'm late. No worries whatsoever. I should look at my timer here to see how long we've been going. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Yes, Brad, finally on during your stream. Great, Ahmad. Good to have you here. Will you revisit Davidov's Flake Medallions by any chance? Yeah, I almost forgot that I had recorded a review of that. But yeah, I'm sure I'll probably get into that at some point. I want to work through some of the most popular blends that I haven't had in a while, because I think that's really interesting to go back and revisit those. All right, I have a couple questions. We have one from Twitter. It's your boy Ted at Chevrolet of. So Ted has written in quite a few times. Always a pleasure to hear from Ted. He says, since your PS4 is giving you trouble, why not get a PS5 on November 12th? Also, Demon Souls Remake will be released on that day. We're ready for another Miyazaki Souls game, especially since you're about done with Bloodborne. This is true. And I also heard from Jason Buckner, who on Patreon asking if I was going to get a PS5 and play Demon Souls. The Demon Souls Remake's another FromSoft game. We've played Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne and stuff on the channel. I did not pre-order a PS5. I don't know if there will be any available when they actually launch. And they're also going to be expensive. And I'm trying to save up for the fancy camera. So we'll see. I think it might be a while until I get a PS5, but I definitely will do the Demon Souls remake when I get the PS5. I had another question from 1.21 gigawatts. They ask, hello, Bradley. I was wondering, do you have any advice on taking supplements for a boost of energy? I know you work a pretty labor-intensive job and probably get worn down and tired. Everyone else noticed back in the day when you wore the tank tops. We all thought he must work out. Yeah, I'm hugely buff, aren't I? I do work out. I don't take any supplements, and I never have. I just try to eat fairly healthily. My fiance is amazing. She cooks almost every single evening. I mean, we do a couple nights a week where I pick up something, but she cooks healthy meals. I try to just be like more like protein, chicken, things like that. Don't eat too much craziness, and though occasionally I will indulge in things like M&Ms and stuff like that. But yeah, and then I just work out. I do have a very physically demanding job, so that's a workout in and of itself. And then I try to work out 3 to 4 times a week. In addition to that, doing stuff with free weights, dumbbells, and then like a lot of stuff with my own body weight, push-ups, crunches, all sorts of stuff like that. So there you go. Get back to the chat here. What do you think the Strokes are playing tonight? I heard that they are playing Saturday Night Live, is it? I'm assuming they'll play something off their new album. Oh, Tyler Brubaker, a little self-promotion. I have an audiobook narrated by me coming out. Be sure to check it out. Cool, Tyler. You should let people know in the chat where they can find that. Juicebox. It's a great Strokes song from Pacific Coast Piper. PS5 is a masterpiece. I hope so. It looks ugly. I think the PS5 is horrible looking. And I kind of wish... if I didn't think that I had to play some of these games on the channel, I would wait until there was a redesign, because they usually freshen up the design after a while, but I really don't like how it looks. Mario's, hi Mario's, Xbox Series on PS3. My friends all had Xboxes, so... Oh yeah, don't forget the Dr. Pepper, Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. That is true. Dr. Pepper pairs with any tea blend quite nicely. Jamie Hastings, I know it's nearly impossible to keep up with the chats, but really cool that you try to acknowledge them. I am trying. I think I'm doing okay, maybe. I know I'm probably skipping some people, but please don't take it personally. Oh my God. Personally. How about more Stuff and Things eats? That would be fun. That was a weird... series that developed because randomly this company that made these like snack boxes just wanted to send me them and have me review them, and they went out of business. So I don't know that I will ever. I'm assuming there probably are some companies like that still around, but I'm probably not going to go out of my way to order those things because they were kind of expensive, but they were fun to do for sure. Gonna do more Minecraft from Tony Silva, maybe. I usually like to get back into that game every once in a while. Jason Wilson says, what vapor would you recommend to the new pipe smoker who's a lightweight when it comes to nicotine? It's tough because vapors usually are fairly medium to strong in that department because of the perique and everything. Off the top of my head, definitely not Elizabethan. I tried like Solani, Virginia with perique. I think that was pretty mild and quite tasty. Would you ever consider doing a Penzance revisited? Yeah, you know what? I may do that because I do have some Penzance in a jar. The problem with that, though, is that it's aged. It's aged for at least like 5 or 6 years. So I don't know if I could call that representative of what Penzance would taste like. Maybe I could get my hands on a new tin, though. We'll see. Let's see. You've played Dark Souls 1 and 3. What happened to 2? I've played a little bit of 2 on my own, and I don't know. I couldn't get into it. But maybe we'll do that on the channel sometime. Let's see. Never Hopeless says you are doing great. Thank you very much. Do you smoke your Mr. Brog a lot? Notice any difference to the briar? You know, I haven't had that one in a while, or I haven't used that in a while, but I should. That was a neat little pipe. Let's see. No wonder they went out of business. They sent them to every YouTuber. Yes, I think that's true. And at the time, like I hardly had any subscribers too, and they were just sending them pell-mell and willy-nilly. Okay, Tyler says, just to let everyone know, the audiobook is still in production, but it will be available on Audible and Amazon in November. Cool. You should send me maybe a Ask Stuff and Things question or something like that, and I will talk about that. Now, Tyler is someone who contributes all the time to the channel, so I don't want everyone and their monkey to be sending me in things like, hey, here's my YouTube channel, here's my website. But Tyler has earned that right. Bitcoin Feeny, hi from Temecula, California. Hello, Bitcoin Feeny. Golden Slice for a beginner vapor. That's a good point. That's a very good point because it has a bit of perique in there, and it's not super strong. So that might be a good one. Any predictions for the upcoming election? I don't know. I don't think we should probably talk about that. It's not one of those subjects that it seems that we can discuss in a civilized manner, even though you guys are all great. I don't really know what's going to happen. I don't know if you can trust the polls. I don't know if you can trust anything. We'll see. Here's Ismail Taher. Hey, Bradley, it's nice to see you live. I hope you're doing fantastic. Thanks. Great to hear from you as well. Let's see. Agree, an Orlik Golden Slice and a Scudo are good for new pipe smokers. That's true. Check out Yakuza series. Great games. I have a couple of them, I think, on my PlayStation. I think one of them was on PS Plus free games, and then I got another one on sale. So I think I do want to check those out eventually. Let's see. From Henry Furphy. I was wondering if you have ever smoked 2 teas called Condor and St. Bruno. They are over-the-counter blend and rather mild. Those are ones that get suggested to me quite a bit, and I was doing a series of over-the-counter blends at one point. I have not gotten into those yet, but maybe we'll what's the word I'm looking for? We will resurrect that series at some point and get to those blends. I recently purchased 2 Mr. Brogs, and the drilling was way off in one, and the other one wasn't drilled at all. Wow. From Constantine Casas. Yeah, I got the impression that they weren't necessarily the most consistent of pipes, but they are very cheap. So maybe you'll get lucky with one. The one I had wasn't bad. Let's see. Greetings from Mr. M. Yorson 111. Thank you. I think Bradley would hate the topping on St. Bruno. I love it, though. From Chad Curtis. Yeah, I have heard that it's topped rather strongly. Amphora Virginia blend is very underrated. Yep. I've had good experiences with Mr. Brog from Mr. Moyorson. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let's see. We have another question here. This is from LMNTS Lab. Hey, Bradley. Thank you from the other side of the Atlantic for all your passionate reviews. Would you mind reviewing Sir John's Flake Virginia for us? I myself am a great Virginia and vapor lover, and I bet you shall love this one. I included this question because I don't typically include questions from people just asking me to review a blend, but I had never actually heard of Sir John's Flake Virginia. And I was curious if any of you had, and if you had had it, and if it was any good. I looked it up and found it online, but it was a blend in all my years I've never actually heard of. So I'm quite curious. St. John or Sir John's Flake Virginia. Has anyone heard of this blend? Let's see. I think we are pretty caught up here. We have good evening from Andrew Vidal. Mr. Mojo Rising. Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. I get that now. Let's see. Ever think about live streaming a Stuff and Things Plays episode? I may do that. I was thinking of doing the Twitch thing at one point, but then I don't know if I want to fragment the audience that much, but there is YouTube gaming, and I could do a live stream on YouTube with maybe doing Bloodborne towards the end. That's something I will consider for sure. Let's see. Greetings from Iran, from Geek Piper. Thank you very much. Hello from Selkirk, New York. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Dave. Richard Hannay. What about Prince Albert? Might be OTC, but a nice mild burley blend for those who couldn't take the nicotine. Yeah, I've heard that is actually a fairly innocuous blend. It's not going to annoy you. Let's see. Christoph De Reaper is enjoying a bowl of Samuel Gawith Handsome Flake. Thank you for tuning in. Have you ever tried Revelation? This is from 88C8C. This is the pipe blend that Einstein was known to smoke regularly. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Sir John's Flake is an old name for something else from Ahmad. Huh, that's interesting. What game is up after Bloodborne? That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. I was thinking it was going to be Cyberpunk 2077, but that has been delayed again. So we're probably going to have to get another maybe shorter game in between Bloodborne and that. We shall see. Any new pocket knives? I don't have anything new lately. I've still been carrying the Cheburkov quite a bit. This is a great knife, and I like it a lot. And then I still carry my Leatherman Skeletool a lot as well, but I haven't gotten anything new recently. I should go see what GEC, Great Eastern Cutlery, is doing. They've always had some great knives. As a Washington State resident, how do you procure your pipe tea from online sources? You don't really. There pretty much aren't any retailers that will send to Washington. You just have to get friends or relatives or loved ones to get it for you. And it's quite a hassle. Let's see. Cool. Then you will play it when it's out. Cyberpunk? Yes. And do you carry a teddy bear? I'm assuming you mean the euphemism that we invented for teddy bear. Not typically. Not typically. Disco Elysium could be fun. I've looked into that as well. And even though it seems to have a fairly socialist or communist bent, it still looks like a really cool game, and I might want to play that. I think it's on the Switch too, so I might want to check that out. Do you know the knife carry laws in Washington from Stratman? They vary city by city. Typically, I think you can't have anything with a blade longer than 4 inches, at least something that is concealed. I think that's how it works here. Tyler says, got to get going, but I really enjoyed the stream. Bradley will give more info on the audiobook soon. Thanks, Tyler. Good to have you here. Sun God carries a teddy bear. GEC beer and sausage knife is kind of cool. Okay, I'll look into that. Do you give up to smoke with your meerschaum pipe? No, I still do have that occasionally. That's one of those that I don't typically take out of the house, though. So if I have that, it's when I'm like, have a chance, the weather's good, I go outside onto the picnic table or something like that. Mahmoud Bayumai, planning to upgrade to PS5. I mean, playing PS4 games on 6120 FPS might be really awesome. Love from Egypt. Yeah, we touched on that a little bit, and I will upgrade, but it might not be right away. Let's see. So I think we have gotten through almost all the questions. While we have a chance, while there's a little bit of a lapse in the chat, or I think I'm pretty much caught up in the chat, I'm going to, oh, by the way, we have like close to 90 people in the chat right now, which is fantastic. We're going to get to our shout outs for the amazing people who support us on Patreon. Remember, I know you're probably sick of hearing it by now, but all the donations on Patreon, or most of the donations on Patreon, anything that comes in on a super chat here, in a live stream, the t-shirts that we have for sale, which I think there should be a link in the description box below, all of that's going for the push to the fancy new camera. And so I just want to thank everyone who's been contributing. It really, really helps. And you're going to be able to see like physical manifestation of that help when that camera eventually is able to be purchased. But every week we like to shout out those who support us on Patreon at $25 or more a month. People like Ryan McFadin, MD of the North, Kirk Crompton, Private Eye, Cody Striegler, Glenn, David Gaudreau, Gus, Jason Buckner, who I've heard from today. I think he was on the chat for a little bit too. Jen O'Side, John Leone, and then also the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channel at $100 a month. People like Peter Straub and Bob Magee. Thank you all so much for that. I don't think I'm going to be able to put the music in there. That's one thing I discovered is people were asking about having the live chat, or at least a recording of the live chat show up when this video was able to be watched after the live stream was over. And apparently if you edit the the video of the live stream, it gets rid of the chat. So I can't edit this. I think that's for what I can gather so far. I can't add music to it, and I don't think I can like chop anything out. So I think that should mean that the chat will be in the video when I upload this later. Let's see. Happy Hallows Eve. Hope you have a spoopy time from Moses Moon. Thank you very much. Do you partake in cannabis? Not really. Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. I have nothing against it. It's just never something that appealed to me. Have a great night. Trick or treat. Thank you. Just pre-ordered Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. The demo is great. Yeah, I should check that out. Weather was crispy soft here. Hello, by the way. Cheers from Black Phoenix. Hello. Really enjoy Mac Baron's Seven Seas Royal. Henry Furphy. Oh, that was from Bitcoin Feeny. Henry Furphy says, although you prefer non-aromatics, are there any aromatics that you smoke? Not really. I can't think of anything. And then Scotty Dashboard, will you be trick-or-treating Bradley? No. And I never actually did the entire time I was growing up because we were not allowed, because Halloween was evil in my family until my little sister and little brother were of age to trick-or-treat, and then they were allowed to trick-or-treat. So I'm a little bitter about that. Okay, see you later. Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. One thing I wanted to mention, now that we've been talking a little bit about trick-or-treating, and even though I didn't get to do it as a kid, what is your favorite Halloween candy? Let me know in the comments, because I have a few that I'm thinking of. I know for sure that I hate candy corn. I think it's one of the most disgusting candies in the world. And I don't know if this is something that is international or if it's just a North American thing, but candy corn is disgusting. It's like just this weird little waxy ball of sugar. Not a ball of sugar, a little triangle of sugar. It looks gross. It tastes gross. It feels gross. It has a horrible texture. Not a fan of candy cane. We've got a lot for Payday here. Scotty Dashboard, Eldsgar, Cliff G, Payday. We got M&M's from David Tuttle right here. Yeah, candy corn is way too sweet. Lafrog, that's the candy somebody mentioned. Reese's, I do love the little Reese's peanut butter cups. Payday is fantastic. I don't know if that's international as well either, but it's like it's basically peanuts and like a nougaty caramel. Oh, it's really good. I love it a lot, but it has that salty sweet thing that's quite good. Black currant candy. No, I don't know what that is. That's from Ahmad. I mean, I know what black currants are, but I've never had black currant candy. Reese's, lots of Reese's. I know Reese's is pretty popular. Chewy lemon heads. I didn't know there were chewy lemon heads. I've only seen the super hard break your teeth lemon heads. Rocky Patel is my favorite candy. I'm not sure I've heard of that. Payday's awesome. An old guy at my work got me on. Got you addicted to Payday? Is that? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Chunky from Bitcoin Feeny. I don't know. I think some of the most popular ones. I had read some article recently where I think Reese's was the most popular Halloween candy. And I don't know if they mean the little mini Reese's cups, or there are all sorts of different Reese's bars now. I love the Reese's Fast Break. I don't know if any of you have had that. It's like peanut butter and like kind of a honeycomby cookie piece. And then, it's just fantastic with chocolate as well. But gang, I think we are close to 40 minutes. Let's see. You got a hams, hands out, full-size Rocky Patels to trick-or-treaters. I don't know what Rocky Patels are. What are Rocky Patels? Cavendish, that's sweet. That is not my favorite Halloween candy. Cavendish in a blend. Fast break bars. Yes. Yes, those are quite delicious. Cigars. Oh, Rocky Patel cigars. Oh, yes. See, I knew I had heard that name, but then I was trying to put it into the candy box. I was like, what is a Rocky Patel candy? Jens Anderson, hello from Denmark. I just tried Peterson Deluxe Navy Flake. It is fantastic, much better than Elizabethan. Oh, those are fighting words. Is there any news about your traffic accident? I do love Deluxe Navy Flake, by the way, as well, though. And the original Dunhill version and the Peterson version is just as good. The traffic accident, no. The guy never had insurance. We could never find him. He was just a crazy deadbeat. Tried to locate him many times. And holy crap. Kyle Whitmore, $99.99. Are you kidding me? That is so generous. Keep up the great work, Bradley. I have no question, but I want to show my support without using Patreon. Use this for whatever you see fit. Thanks for the years of content. Oh my God, Kyle, thank you so much. And that is definitely going to Fancy Camera. Wow. I don't even know what to say. That is crazy. Thank you very, very much. Oh no, Mark Vaynar says, okay, I'm here. We can start now. We're just about to end, but my God. Kyle, that's fantastic. That is so generous. And everyone else is thanking Kyle as well. That is so cool. This is so cool. We have close to 100 people right now. This is so much fun to be able to interact with all of you in real time. Like I said, I always try my best to keep up with everyone, and I hope nobody feels left out or feels as though I was trying to ignore them, because I definitely wasn't trying to get to everybody. But I think we're going to start winding down now. We don't have any more super chats. I think I'm pretty much caught up with the chat, and we've been going for a little over 40 minutes. So I would call that another successful live stream. The Halloween live stream, even though there wasn't that much Halloween-y. We did talk about some spoopy. I'm trying to say spooky, but I'm saying spoopy accidentally. Some spooky things. And John Adams, I guess, we'll end out. I remember bubblegum cigars and candy cigarettes. I'm even old enough to remember those. All right, everybody. I think that's about it. Thank you all so much for contributing. You were all so nice. It makes it so I don't even have to have a moderator, because none of you are being crazy. All right. I guess that's it. I will see you next week. Coming up this week, I think we're going to be looking into a blend called Crumble Cake Barrel Age Series #1, maybe. This is from Sutliff. It's either going to be this or a video on a cool delay pedal, a guitar effect pedal, the Delay Llama Extreme from Jam Pedals. And then also on Stuff and Things Plays, we have Bloodborne every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And just stay tuned for more stuff on all the channels. Follow on Twitter if you want. Subscribe if you want. Thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. I'm sorry it has to end now that we're up over 100 people. But that's the way we go. We didn't even get to talk about the Seahawks. They're playing today, I guess, or no, tomorrow as you're watching this live, today if you're watching this recorded. But gang, thank you so much. Thanks for your rifle playlist. What scares the New England Patriots record? What's your Instagram? We should have a link to Instagram in the description box below. Somebody has a 40-year-old tin of Balkan Sobrani. That's cool. All right, gang. Thank you all so much. The stream will end in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the Stuff and Things on a live stream. I'll see you later.